social media is consumed at a enormous rate in the rural markets as well. Okay, videos, etc., are doing very well. Therefore, the mix between what to choose and how to reach the customer and communicate to the customer is digital. But, and 25, I'm being conservative. Actually, a very serious amount of buying happens after 40. Okay, when people really put in a lot of money, because that is the time when people start getting concerned about their retirement, their pensions, how will money keep coming when they're not working. But more than that, it is a joint journey that you do, okay, doing a lot of things for the consumer together. Okay, so their customers, I might not get a data, so they have to woo the customer for life insurance on behalf of me. Okay, and therefore it's a joint promotion. Now there are even technologies they are saying is phone number based targeting. So we've used this in the past and we found fabulous results out of it. So we put it on WhatsApp, and the entire buying process, right from propositioning to finally signing off, and even the PDF being delivered, is on WhatsApp. You don't go out of the environment at all. Okay, even when you're paying the money or you're doing your KYC.
Single window clearance.
Single window. You are not going out of the chat. It's just one after another, the chat is happening, you are within that, and finally the fulfillment happens. You say buy, you pay the money, and almost immediately the PDF of your policy document also is delivered. So the customer may enter through the various channels, but at the back end they will feel that the product has been quite designed for it's appropriate. There are only two things that matter. Either we have enhanced our recall or we have enhanced our check value.
Hello and welcome to the HT Brand Leadership Series, a series of one-on-one interactions with top brand and marketing leaders who share their industry insights and strategies that have helped shape their stories. This series, hosted by Hindustan Times, offers a behind-the-scenes look at how leaders adjust their strategies for changing consumer behavior while leveraging media channels that improve customer relationships. Today, we have the pleasure of speaking with Subhankar Sengupta, CMO and Country Head, Alternate Channels at IndiaFirst Life Insurance. Since joining in 2019, Subhankar has led IndiaFirst Life's strategic journey, building brand equity and growing alternative distribution channels, including bank insurance with Union Bank of India. He also held leadership roles at Tata AIA Life, Ali Bank QSE, HSBC, and Standard Chartered Bank, combining consumer insight with tech-led innovations. Welcome to the show, Subhankar.
Thank you so much. It's a privilege to be here, Abhishek. And I hope this interaction leads to what you really want us to convey.
Absolutely, because I'm going to start the conversation by asking you how many friends come to you or relatives come to you for financial advice today?
Yeah, they do. I mean, anybody who's been in the financial world. My wife is a banker.
Okay.
And I've been a banker now turned into life insurance. So yes, people somehow who are not related to this industry do turn to us and ask us questions related to their investments.
And so you're getting it right or wrong?
I'm hoping, it all depends on personal taste, frankly. But India has not been a very difficult market to invest in. Most of the things have grown over a period of time. So I think most people would have gone right.
No, I think it's very important for individuals to look up to you, because at the end of the day, insurance is something which is highly ignored and neglected, and in a country like India where there's so much stress on financial planning and financial literacy. And insurance is one of the backbones or the foundations of financial planning, which gets underscored at most times.
Yes.
So how are you looking at uplifting that conversation or making insurance as the first choice?
That's a big challenge that we all face, all insurers, I guess. Particularly so in IndiaFirst Life, because our promoter bank, Bank of Baroda, and our partner banks like Union Bank of India and the regional rural banks that we have, they have large rural presence. Okay, and a large part of that also caters to micro customers who cannot afford a normal bite-size insurance. So there has to be special micro insurances for them. Therefore, the challenges are two. One is, how do you reach them? how do you spread awareness? How do you get a person who has very little disposable income choose your product, okay, and feel that he is doing the right decision, and then the onus is also on us to make it the right decision. So, so the micro and the rural and the marginalized segment, which you touched upon, is perhaps an accentuated challenge to really cater to. What we are doing, just to give you a little bit of glimpse on that, is I think the PMJJBY, the Pradhan Mantri or the Prime Minister's Jivan Bima Yojana, it has done wonders in a way. Okay, and we as a company also cater to a large portion of the security to the customers who buy this, and most of them are from these areas and this social sector. So for us, a large part of catering is through PMJJBY, and the individual policies. Now PMJJBY is a group policy, okay, so easier to execute. And the individual policies, most of them are distributed through the branches which are in the rural and the area, far-flung interiors, yes.
So I understand that you also oversee brand marketing and alternate distribution channels with various partners. But how do you integrate channel priorities with brand building? How do you define the scope of work when it comes to brand building for IndiaFirst Life?
See, that's fairly cut out because while alternate channels for us, as the name suggests, is alternate to the banca channel, which is the main channel. But for what I don't handle is agency. Okay, agency is separate, and we are investing in agency. It's growing. However, speaking overall, see, brand building for us has always been a priority. Okay, but the challenge also begins there because brand building is neither short term, okay, nor is easy. It takes a little time. It takes enormous amount of effort.
There's a lot of process.
A lot of process to it. And we are a young company that way in the industry. We are 15 years old now. However, for us, it was very important to build the brand. And we have built it mainly through BTL initiatives till now. A good backing has been the promoter brands for us. So IndiaFirst Life, promoted by Bank of Baroda, okay, that stamp already establishes credibility, okay, and therefore it enhances the trustworthiness of the brand in the initial phases. Of course, other than that, the experience of people who choose, okay, and then they sort of recommending it, and the word of mouth and the putting our delivery to what we had committed, okay. And as you know, in insurance, you have to commit and give something called a benefit illustration, okay, even before the sale is complete. I mean, that's a part of the proposition, okay, and in that it shows how much you're going to get back, etc. So you have actually committed to a person at the beginning how the investment will function, okay, and therefore meeting up to it is very, very important. So all these go into creating the essence of the brand, really. Of course, other than that, usually the unified brand communication, the omni-channel approach through one CRM, so that if a customer comes to any of these channels, okay, various channels of distribution through the alternate channel also, they get the similar kind of a feel. Okay, we have that from the beginning. So overall, initially we got a lot of help for the parent brand, and now we are a large part of it is the unified brand experience and the communication that we are making, and some of it is the repeat buying and customer word of mouth.
Understood. You've been in BFSI for a significant amount of time, so you know that there is an element of trust that is required in the consumers, because at the end of the day, they are giving you a money to be deposited with you, and they trust you take care of it, and in insurance you give them back a wholesome return. But then, what has been your guiding philosophy when it comes to positioning insurance in a fragmented market, because your consumer is not only in urban areas but also in rural area. So how are you looking at balancing digital and traditional marketing, or using these channels for advantage?
Thankfully, Abhishek, though geographically it could be divergent, could be urban, rural, whatever. But usage of digital medium has become more standardized than it used to be. So all our mediums of interacting, okay, is mostly digital. Okay. Hardly there's a paper form the industry uses now. Okay, of course we also don't use. So when a customer chooses to go and buy, it's a digital form. Okay, so even before that, a large part of the communication is social media. Okay, now social media is consumed at a enormous rate in the rural markets as well. Okay, videos, etc., are doing very well. Therefore, the mix between what to choose and how to reach the customer and communicate to the customer is digital. Okay, there are customers, okay, where we do have to think through how to reach them, particularly in certain areas where the digital medium penetration is also low, or in certain age groups where it is low. Now you must understand that life insurance as a financial instrument are preferred mostly after a certain amount of age. Okay, so we see that people before 25 have not really seriously thought through life insurance.
When is the best time to actually invest?
That is the cheapest
and the best.
Cheapest for the. So the best return for the investment would have been if they would have been. But and 25, I'm being conservative. Actually, a very serious amount of buying happens after 40. Okay, when people really put in a lot of money, because that is the time when people start getting concerned about their retirement, their pensions. How will money keep coming when they are not working? Okay, even if they are not a employee anyway, if they are self-employed, etc. So that is when people, and life insurance is one of the very few institutions who can provide them a guaranteed return, okay, for life. And therefore, what happens is we have a lot of customers who are not as digitally savvy, okay. So they are slightly advanced in age, okay. And to reach those customers become more challenging, which is mostly through the bank branches or the agency that we have.
So basically, when you look at these alternative channels like the agencies, broking, and bank insurance, have you tailor-made any specific marketing strategy to use these unique channels differently, or it's a one size fit all?
Not really on one size fit all, because every marketing department, and ours definitely, also has a subdivision which is called channel marketing. Now, channel marketing, does exactly customize this, which is customize the marketing initiatives per channel. Okay, I'll give you an example. Let's say agency, okay, and let's contrast that with broking. Okay, now agency starts right at the beginning of trying to get an agent, which we call recruitment. Okay, so in recruitment, we go out in the market, try to tell customers or try to tell prospective agents that we have an agency which can give you a career choice, okay, and can earn so much of money. This is what it entails. Now, there's a process to that. What we call is a business opportunity presentation, okay, BOP. So how to communicate to them, how to reach them? It starts from there. Then once they become a part of your agency network, then to train, and training itself is large subject.
Tedious.
Okay, yes, tedious one, because that it starts from induction to licensing, and then every month you have a cohort which goes live. Okay, so M1, M2, M3, it goes up to M10. Okay, so up to month 10, there are graduations that you keep on going through. So that is again another part. Contrast that with broking. Okay, now these are all a part of a large marketing framework, has to go live with that, while execution is another one. But if you contrast with broking, now broking, there is a licensed broker who's quite savvy, because they might have been doing this for a while. The BQPs, which is the broker qualified persons under a broker, they don't need so much of training, etc. from our side. Okay, it's a plug and play model. What they need is the proposition. Okay, what is your proposition to the customer, to the consumer? They need understanding of how well your journey is, how easy can it be for the customer. And so the approaches in different places are different. Okay, but what it finally means for the customer, okay, though we approach it very differently, is the customer might talk to an agent, customer might talk to a broker. Okay, they will get the same information, the similar kind of look and feel about us, and the journey will be similar. So, while the approaches to support all these channels, okay, are customized, I would say hyper customized. To the customer, the feeling that the customer will get is they didn't feel any difference through which channel they came.
So when you look at bank assurance partnerships, which you have with Union Bank of India, these are complex ecosystems at the end of the day. And how do you build a strong brand proposition in this kind of a setup? Because there's also Union Bank of India, and then there's you. So obviously the eyeballs will keep shifting.
Yes.
So how do you manage to have a strong conversation there?
Good question, and Abhishek, because we are, about 70% of our business are through banks. And we are promoted by Bank of Baroda. Okay, we have Union Bank of India as large in number of branches as Bank of Baroda. So they are complex ecosystems. They are very large public sector banks, and they have their own priorities of selling core banking products as well. So that's the challenge. With banks, what we have found is that it's not as simple as we build a journey and we build some training material, etc. There is a year and multi-year, okay, joint collaborations that you will have to develop over a period of time. There are joint journeys, there are joint product propositions, there are joint marketing initiatives. You have to have co-branding, okay, to get yourself recognized along with the bank in their branches. So presence in the branches is a given. Okay, every branch has to have your collaterals co-branded as well. But more than that, it is a joint journey that you do, okay, doing a lot of things for the consumer together. Okay, so their customers, I might not get a data, so they have to woo the customer for life insurance on behalf of me. Okay, and therefore it's a joint promotion. Okay, then I will be able to take them jointly and go to a lot of their customers who are already my customers and do cross-selling. Okay. And therefore, it entails IT collaboration. It entails a lot of marketing to marketing collaborations, of events that we do, of the collaterals that we develop, of how we reach the customer and what we tell the customer. It's a bank customer who's calling me to get serviced also. Okay, so it's the same voice that needs to be, the same language we need to talk to. And as you rightly said, it's a complex ecosystem. But I think IndiaFirst Life, we have, after so many years in the business, we have got a good balance of it. And overall, I can only say that it is a tango of two entities together, which makes the music there.
Perfect. You emphasize the importance of digital in the earlier conversation. Can you talk about how digitally diverse the consumer is today? Because you need to obviously look at precision targeting. So how do you navigate that activation piece?
Yeah, and consumers are quite digitally diverse. I mean, cricket itself now, so many platforms of the same match, and where do you advertise, etc. Yeah. So
and the choice of sports also increasing now. Pickleball has suddenly come up.
Yes, and it has become quite popular. Not only that digital is just a medium, but where do I get my target customer, my TG to be spending their time is a big discussion. I mean, it's a subject. Now there are agencies who do just this.
Segmentation.
Okay, segmentation of the customers and where do you go through to reach them. It also, now you use the term precision targeting, and that is where I think we all spend a lot of time on. Okay, now our messaging can be broad basing it. Okay, honestly, the mass media or the posters or the danglers print that we do is just broad basing the media. How to reach my customer? Okay, and it could be, I have to define the customer very well. Okay, if I want to say that it's a child plan, it needs to be a young couple, okay, who may have just gone for a child or maybe thinking about it. So I have to target those. Okay, if I'm talking about a product which is great for home loan protection, okay, then I need to first of all understand at what age group is the home loan happening, and then to target those customers to reach their mind, saying that I've got a product for you, okay, and this is a good product for you to consider. Now, most of them are digitally savvy, okay, and they are not in any one platform. There are multiple platforms. Scattered. And therefore, a lot of data crunching has to go in, okay, to understand and figure out which customer I want to reach at that point of time and where they are. Now there are even technologies they are saying is phone number based targeting. So we've used this in the past and we found fabulous results out of it. We just used it not for customers, but we use it for one of our banks, Bank of Baroda, for their employees only. Okay, during a promotion, we just wanted them to see our films more. Okay, and then everybody started giving their feedback on the film and saying that, you were so visible. And we were not so visible. We were not doing advertising. We were not spending too much of money. We just went on their phones and made sure that our ads were visible. Now, I'm saying so much of targeted marketing can be done today. It's a blessing, and because people are there on the media, the challenge is the diversity of it.
Right.
Yeah, so I think there's no one single answer to it. It all depends on who we want to reach at what point of time. We crunch the data and we use those media more.
Interesting, with this whole mobile revolution that we've seen through 4G and 5G now, I think this is the next we are just at the tip of the iceberg when it comes to precision targeting. Can you give me some more examples? I really like the example that you talked about where digital insights came and shaped the direction of the campaign. So you talked about targeting through mobile phones. Any other campaign that you can tell our audiences?
I'll give you another example of something we developed a little while back, but we have fine-tuned it now. It's still early days in the market, but it's showing very, very good promise. And I haven't seen anything like it anywhere else, so it could be a first in the market, but it's a great digital platform to be in. So what we are doing is, WhatsApp as a platform has become quite popular. And we realize that WhatsApp can have a very simplified journey, okay? So the commercial, we are a business user of WhatsApp also. Now what we have realized and we have developed, it's a 5-minute buying process on WhatsApp, okay? I personally believe the digital journey for life insurance, which is not yet very popular, will have to involve our products and our processes becoming simpler too, okay? Towards that, what we did was we developed a very simple product. We said, Abhishek might want to, should be, covered for a far larger sum assured, let's say. But we are not going there, okay? We are not trying to optimize the cover for Abhishek. We are just trying to test out if Abhishek will buy even a bite-sized small cover, if the process is very, very simple, okay? So we put it on WhatsApp, and the entire buying process, right from propositioning to finally signing off, and even the PDF being delivered is on WhatsApp. You don't go out of the environment at all. Okay, even when you're paying the money or you're doing your KYC.
Single window clearance.
Single window. You are not going out of the chat. It's just one after another, the chat is happening, you are within that, and finally the fulfillment happens. You say a buy, you pay the money, and almost immediately the PDF of your policy document also is delivered. Okay, so this is a very unique thing that we tried and we have developed. Initial response is very nice, okay, very encouraging, and this is currently, if you ask me what am I excited about, this is the one.
But considering the spam that a lot of people endure on WhatsApp and through SMS, So how are you taking any precaution to show that this is not a spam message? This is obviously somebody will need to subscribe to this number or reach out to you so that there's a response on WhatsApp.
Yeah. So Abhishek, that is one of the bane of today's digital media. People do try to copy and spam and do other stuff.
And security and privacy also.
It is. And because we are in, we take public money, right?
Yes.
So we doubly, triply, we have to sort of take care. However, what we continuously do is we have a very large physical call center. Okay. So we keep giving their numbers.
Sure.
We say you can reach. We can test the authenticity of who you're dealing with. That's one. The second bigger one challenge that I think is coming up is the DPDP Act. Okay, where sharing of data between banks and us, and even for us for various purposes, may become more challenging without consent. But the DPDP Act will also prevent some of this spamming. Okay, so real, genuine manufacturers or sellers will be allowed to a large extent, but I think that will prevent the first, nefarious activity of the spamming and frauds.
Perfect. I believe it's pretty clear that you've been recognized as a BFSI Innovator of the Year in 2023. What marketing or distribution innovation you're most proud of so far? I'm sure there's more awards coming your way.
No, thank you so much for that. But honestly, that award that year was more for what we call IVA, which is what I just told you. Yeah. We have now perfected it. That is the WhatsApp journey.
Oh, okay. So that is the one.
Yeah, that is the one that we had developed that time, and we had then put it on a 2 lakh sum assured base. We had we had sent it, and we got a lot of customers signing up. Now what we have done is we have just refined that, and we have put a product on it. It has now become a vehicle. So you can put various other products also in it and start. So we are looking at it, it's a little early, but we are excited about what it can do, and let's see where it...
Like a full stack solution basically.
Yes, but for a small, see, the idea is people will go through a WhatsApp buying process if it is not too tedious, if they don't have to think too much about it, and that happens when the bite size is small. Its cover is low and the amount of money that they have to commit is low. Okay, then it is going smoothly. Again, very early days.
Sure. It'll only pick up now. I want to touch upon the fact of data and automation, because clearly you have access to the user through their mobile phones, through their WhatsApps. So how are you ensuring there is a personalized experience when it comes to across alternate channels while maintaining brand consistency?
This is another thing that at least I am very proud of that we have done. We took to a very commonly used term now called hyper personalization.
Yes.
Slightly early. So we've been working at it for about 2.5 years. So what we have now is that through the banker channel, if anybody were to experience IndiaFirst Life, okay, now they will generally get a similar feeling. Okay, if you go through if you go through an Union Bank of India or a Bank of Baroda or any of the RRBs, we have our own processes and journeys and omni-channel, etc. So the customer experience will be very similar, but that is where we hyper-personalized it. Yeah. Okay, so the moment Subhankar Sengupta, comes in and gives me some details about Subhankar Sengupta, there are various ways I slice and dice it, segment the customer. Okay, income, gender, geography, and profession. Okay, so these 4, and there is a 5th one which we do ourselves, is a segmentation of, and then on these 5 parameters we generate images. Okay, not of the person obviously, but images which are, let's say, imagine a one-pager that we generally do otherwise. Okay, now it's a printed one-pager, is the same for everybody, either it's a male or a female. But here, it could be a farmer, it could be a doctor, it could be a urban
Depending
lawyer.
on the profession.
Depends on the profession,
and
depends
geography.
on the person's background, depends on the geography. Okay. It is customized. So what happens is, not only that, not just the image. Okay, the entire one-pager, the rest of the, the product specifications, etc. remains the same. But the give and get, okay, how much you are supposed to invest, how much will you get back from this product, okay, everything changes. Okay, automatically at the background, and then the seller sends this to the customer. So what the customer now receives is a hyper-personalized, Okay, very, very relatable. Now, if I see that the product I've been explained or I've been talking about, it would strike me suddenly if I see a tractor and a farmer sitting and that is the product that is then, but that doesn't happen anymore. Okay, so what the customer gets is very relatable, and it is
closer to their own reality.
Yes, it's smooth. It makes them feel,
and that builds trust also.
Yes, absolutely. That's he feels it's for him, or she.
Working with various stakeholders, whether it's, I'm going to talk about ecosystems and partner marketing now. You're working with various insurers, banks, brokers and agents, means collaborating with different kind of stakeholders. Do you want to touch upon coherence in messaging, wherein when you're collaborating across this ecosystem, how do you manage coherence?
It is one of the most important things to remain credible for the partner also. Because if the partner sees that their customer, and the customers travel across channels. Okay, so I'll give you an example. A lot of customers today go to a policy bazaar.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm one of them.
Yeah, and you will not believe, even the bank branch staff, they also go and verify, okay, IndiaFirst Life product that they are selling, they are corporate agent of ours. They will verify the product and the pricing and the
Exactly, it's
ranking.
a perfect place to compare.
Exactly. So a lot of customers also who are savvy, they do the same. So they will go there, they will check it, and then they might not buy there. Okay. After a couple of days, they might go to the bank, and the bank also talks to them about the same product or the same company, and they say, I have seen this. And then they might fulfill it there. Okay. It's most important for us, therefore, to first of all, the product, specifications, pricing, and the look and feel remain the same. Okay, otherwise the trust breaks. So for each channel, okay, we have to maintain at the back end, okay, a similar journey, similar collaterals, similar talking points, and the same products. Okay. Having said that, that's for our channel partners. Okay. But for the customer, they need to feel customized. Yeah. Okay. So then lot of stuff gets customized for the customer. So the customer may enter through the various channels, but at the back end, they will feel that the product has been, quite designed for it's appropriate.
So how do you ensure that your partners become your brand advocates? How do you enable that?
I think it's a great experience that I've had. So I have been in broking for a while. Before I answer the question directly, just to give you a background to the answer. Yeah, many years. And why I'm giving this answer is that the brokers have the license to sell any life insurance company's products. So today, there are about 25 insurance companies. Any broker can sell any of these life insurance companies' products. And they do. Many life insurance companies start and then stop with some of the leading brokers. Why does that happen? The brokers may start selling and introducing a product of a life insurance company based on the lucrativeness of the product, the returns that the insurance company is promising for the customer or for the broker, or because the product itself had a novelty in it, okay, the structuring. However, over a period of time, what he requires, as the company, as a broker, is for them to be able to face their customers continuously and sell to them repeatedly over other products also. That only happens when they have been able to deliver what they committed. They don't deliver anything. Okay, they are the intermediary. Yes. The delivery is by the insurer. So if I continuously deliver what I promised in the first place, okay, it might not have been the best in the market, but what I did commit, if I continuously deliver or over deliver, okay, and I have been true to and honest that I keep in touch, okay, that if there's a claim, I pay it. When I said I will pay some cashback, I did pay it. Okay, that is very important. Over a period of time, every intermediary, okay, then takes this company to be a core part of their selling proposition, because they know what I commit, these guys will deliver. Okay, and it's very important for him to keep the franchisee of the customers that he is been catering to. So I think IndiaFirst Life, we are also a very large partner with most of the large brokers. Okay, so we have learned this and we've been doing this. I think this is the core part of remaining true.
Very interesting you said that, because as a consumer, when I'm trying to invest in an insurance, whether it's via Policy Bazaar or via third-party agent, two things, or one thing that I saw consistent was the claim ratio. They keep saying that, you know, they'll say that this company has 95% claim clearance, this company has 97%, so that's why I'm going to recommend this particular, because I think at some point he or she knows that I will come for their neck if I have an issue with my claims. So yeah, that's the consistency we have seen. Even Policy Bazaar, for that matter, has a separate column now, which talks about percentages of claims cleared.
A part of judgment about the customer, about the insurer that they are recommending, is one column where how much is the claim ratio of that company. They keep showing. In fact, Policy Bazaar has done it that you can sort out each one of these columns. It's like an Excel only.
Yes.
And whichever is more important to the customer.
Correct.
If the customer is thinking that I will die, let's say, you know, if he's taking a term policy and thinks that, you know, it's important for me claim ratio. So they might sort it by claim, by that. And let's say a customer who's buying a ULIP policy might want to sort it out by how much returns they have given in the last 52 weeks or one, you know, whatever. So they might sort. But it's very, very important that when I sold to the customer, I said this and I am delivering
on that.
Okay, but if I would have said to the customer that, oh, this company does very good fund management, they are low, you know, generally giving you more than 15% or whatever, but finally if they are only delivering 8% or 9%, okay, then the customer trust breaks. And that is what needs to be avoided by all the three, you know, people in the business.
I want to also touch upon the mis-selling that has happened. It may not be happening as frequently as now, but previously there was some mis-selling that has taken place. So how do you address that? Because that is clearly linked to trust, and so certain consumers had bought insurance which they didn't need, or when the time came, they said this much return is very different from what was committed.
So unfortunately, Abhishek, you know, it's a part of the business, and as you correctly said, it is going, you know, reducing, but it was there. And because life insurance is multi-year, you know, relationship, so many customers realize many years later that what they were committed or told is not true, and then they do come back. The first port of call is generally the person who had sold, and generally mis-sellers are temporary, meaning they keep switching their roles and etc. So they are not available, so they will come to the insurance company. So our stand is that we are generally sympathetic and, you know, empathize with such customers, because you know, we are bound by certain rules also. Okay, now if the customer realizes early, it only helps the customer and us to resolve it. Okay, to cancel the policy, give it back, but if it is after many years, okay, we have invested the money, taken the risk, have been doing the mortality fund, etc. Now it becomes more difficult. But having said that, the intention of any life insurance company, and definitely IndiaFirst Life, because IndiaFirst Life, we try to keep the customer at the first, you know, start of all our decisions. Okay, we've seen that helps. Okay, so in this case also we try to figure out if there's a way to assist the customer. Okay, now if there is no way, or the customer has not even come to us, the customer has right to go to the IRDA or the ombudsman directly also. It sometimes comes through them to us. But again, as I said, the first thing that we try to do is to tell the customer, you know, figure out a way to help the customer. And in most cases, we are able to solve it. This complaints ratio is not at all something that is concerning today. And a large part of that has to do with the fact that most of our selling was through the banks. The banks are not known for too much of mis-selling. Okay, so thankfully we have had a lesser incident of this.
I'll come to ROI and measuring impact. When you choose a certain marketing channel or a specific alignment where you want to where you are trying to track the return on investment, is it brand resonance or it's business performance, or you do a 40-60 or a 50-50 kind of a breakdown?
Let me try and explain how to say this, because see, we do performance marketing also. Okay. Now, performance marketing, at least in IndiaFirst Life, and what I understand is across the everybody who's trying it, still does not give you the ROAS, okay, return on the average spend that we do in. However, we steadfastly believe that digital medium of wooing the customer and selling to the customer will develop. Okay. We are still not there in life insurance. See, travel insurance, car insurance have taken to digital quite a bit.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
But as I was explaining to you or earlier, but sometimes it happens that maybe you are spending only 15,000 rupees of premium in life insurance, and for a large car somebody is spending maybe 30,000 rupees worth of insurance, and that money they are spending without talking to anybody digitally directly from an insurance company. But here this 15,000 rupees is not coming without assistance. Okay, some customers want to talk to somebody before they put in. So in life insurance, our digital offtake, direct buying by the customer without any assistance is still low. Okay. However, we keep on doing this. Now that is what I'm give an example that many of our spendings are not based on ROIs of today. Okay. Many of them are spent based on our outlook that these markets will grow. Okay. Having said that, between channels which are in delivering today, okay, a large part of the spends are based on how much of business we expect or how much of recall. There are only two things that matter. Either we have enhanced our recall or we have enhanced our, check value. Okay. For IndiaFirst Life, a lot of times we take the second one. Okay. Because a large part of our credibility only comes from promoted by Bank of Baroda. Yeah. So there's a need for us to also get the IndiaFirst Life name up there.
So brand recall is right now in this phase of the growth story. Part. Brand recall is very important. So basically, if I have to look at balancing between short-term acquisition goals and long-term brand equity, you would over-index on long-term equity. You've been in leadership for long. You've built various marketing and various teams across different channels, across geographies and different demographies. What are some of the learnings that you've imparted, and what are the values you feel should be carried on as part of your legacy?
Legacy, too big a word for myself.
But come on, you've been in BFSI for a significant amount of time across industries, whether it's banking and brokerage.
Yes, I think BFSI, when I entered BFSI, one of the learnings still carry is we are dealing with public money. Yes. Okay. And the first thing is you need to not only be trustworthy, you need to appear trustworthy. Every action that you have, you need to exude that you are trustworthy. Having said that, large teams and the way leadership generally gets them to grow happens with unification of the objective. Okay, only when the team believes in an idea that you place and it's a lofty idea that everybody aligns to it, then that team performs. Okay, so now if I were to say a legacy to leave behind, I would say that I have been effective in building teams which have developed lofty goals and delivered on them. And we have always been a customer's choice. So if a customer has to choose us, I think we have also been very, very trustworthy in our deliveries.
So basically that trust factor has to consistently ripple
out.
down and play
Yes.
down. Understood. If you have to choose one new channel or innovation to transform insurance distribution. Digital. Okay, that was fast. That was quick. Clearly, you're seeing a lot of ROI through that.
Not yet, but we will. I'm very certain that young people will start buying a lot of life insurance and they will go through this medium.
Speaking about young people, I want to touch upon young marketers who are looking at you right now, watching this. What advice would you give a young marketer who's trying to venture into BFSI?
Oh, BFSI is a fabulous place for young marketers, particularly because the buying patterns are changing very fast. And before a lot of us realized, I think most of us now do transactions digitally. Okay, UPI, not going to the branches anymore, sitting at home doing whatever transactions we need to do all digitally. These are possible, and India particularly is at a very, very advanced cutting edge, I would say, of continuous developments on this front, okay, of payment solutions, on BFSI sector overall. There are many more developments coming, okay, and I think the young marketers will be very excited to figure out new ways to sell this, okay, very important part, because managing money, investing money, securing risks and growing is the core part of any household, okay, and it's possibly a very important part of that household. Everybody is trying to earn money, but earning money and then to make this. Now, this is where this is in my opinion, this will happen more and more. All options will be digital. Okay. So, the marketers will need to reach households without even knowing those people properly. For a large part of the earlier generation, it was easier. The agents knew the customer. Okay. The bankers knew the customers. They used to come to the bank. That's no longer true. And therefore, I think it will be exciting for new entrants to figure out how to influence on money, which is such a trust issue objective for customers you have never met, you don't know.
That was quite enlightening, and thank you for giving us time. And you touched upon trust. I can tell you that you won my trust, and if I have invested in you, I know that my money is safe with you.
Thank you so much, Abhishek. That was lofty praise coming from you. You do a lot of these. You know a lot of people in BFSI, so I take that with a.
It was very educational for us, especially when it comes to insurance. How to make it more interesting, and you're doing wonders right now in this category. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you, Subhankar, for an enlightening discussion. Your integrated approach, combining channel innovation, consumer insight, and a data-driven mindset, offers a powerful framework for modern marketing in BFSI, especially insurance. We look forward to watching IndiaFirst Life's next growth phase under your leadership. Stay tuned to the HT Brand Leadership Series for more such conversation with India's best marketing minds. See you soon.